everybody.
Hey, Laura. How are you? Hey, everybody. I can't believe we're back already.
I know.
Oh, my gosh. Where has the time gone?
It goes by quick, doesn't it?
I know. What is happening? We've all been talking and bantering back and forth. Like, I can't believe we're sitting back here again.
Well, we've been having fun all summer.
Yes.
And early fall.
Yes.
And so now we got to get back at what really is the fun part of what we do here.
And we hope you all have had a great summer, a great start to your fall. We have been very fortunate here in Florida. I think this time last year we were dealing with the aftermaths of Milton.
Yes.
And we have been very fortunate, knock on wood. I know Melissa is down in the Caribbean or down there by the Dominican Republic, I believe, spinning up. But hopefully she's going to go out to the northeast and depart and hopefully not cause too much damage down there. So, but guess what, Laura? How many days out are we?
Well, you just told me because I didn't know.
Well, we have a countdown clock in the office. How can you not know that?
It was off when I walked by.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't see it 20 times a day?
No,
I think you probably do this. You duck.
I was sitting at my desk working today.
Diligently. Yes,
so I didn't
you
pay
were.
attention. 172 days.
172 days.
So.
Yes.
Welcome to Live Connect, and give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you can catch us every time we do this.
And then the teleprompter says smile and look at the red camera.
Yeah,
or the red camera, or the camera red light. Sorry, I can't even read.
And it is red, so I'm looking at the right camera.
Yep. So we have
training continues.
Yes. So we have plenty to unpack today. Lots to talk about. Obviously, we're all working diligently here, in the off season, getting ready for the next fly-in. And so there's quite a bit for us to talk about. But before we get started, I did want to talk a little bit about today, the whole reason for the fly-in and what we do, and obviously our beloved volunteers and all of your efforts and blood, sweat, and tears that you put into the event. And we just want to talk to you about the Aerospace Center for Excellence and our mission, which is to engage, educate, and accelerate the next generation of aerospace professionals. And I will say we have had a very, very busy season. When you think about all of our elements, engage, educate, accelerate, there's our team of educators are very, very busy in the off season, with all of the field trips, all of the kiddos that we have, the families that are coming here to the Sun and Fun Expo campus. And just want to kind of run through a little bit of that for you tonight before we get in and unpack, what's coming up with the fly-in this year. But when you look at engage and what happens, here on a year-round basis. When you look at the fly-in, for example, during the fly-in this last year, we had over 2,500 kiddos. 500 kiddos come here on field trips on school buses during the event, and our team wrangles all of that and coordinates it with schools across the Central Florida region to come here and enjoy our event. Over 18,000 youth admissions during Sun and Fun this last year. Kids 12 and under are free, so we're very proud of that.
And that's been increasing every year.
Yes, it has. It has, absolutely. Also, the Florida Air Museum. We have, obviously, post Sun and Fun this year in May, we had Florida Kids Museum Day, where we had over 1,500 kids and families out here in May. It was a little
loud in the building.
There was a lot going on that day. Over 11,000 people visited the Florida Air Museum this last year, and over 8,000 youth in attendance through the museum as well. And then one of our very, very special programs that we host here on Tuesdays at 10 a.m., but we do it twice in the summers, is story time. So Tuesday at 10 a.m., you can come here to the Florida Air Museum and see anywhere from 150 to 200 2 to 5-year-olds that are with Miss Jenny Lynn and Mr. Eric Crump.
She does a wonderful job.
It is phenomenal stuff. If you're in the area and you can attend, I'd encourage you to do that. It is good stuff. When you think about educating, because of the success of Storytime, we now have STEM Sprouts. Last year, it was for pre-K and kindergarten. Now it's for pre-K through 5th grade. So our team is doing wonders and building all this programming for these special classes. And so this is for the homeschool community. In Polk County alone, right here in Polk County, Florida, over 17,000 youth are homeschooled. So we are bringing those kids here to us to engage in that program. Another huge program for us are field trips that we're doing in the Skylab Innovation Center. Over 3,800 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders here last year, and we're already full for this school year.
Well, and interesting that you brought that up, because they've got a new kindergarten, early age process they're going through, programs that they're going through. This morning I was visiting with the assistant principal over at CFAA, and I look out his window and 2 large pink school buses drive on site, and they came over from Tampa for one of our field
we
trips.
had 117 kids here for field trips today. And field trips built by our team. It is cool stuff. But the field trips with the 3,800 last year and probably over 4,000 this year, those are field trips. So these are pre-approved field trips for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. So those teachers in the schools here in Polk County, it's already approved. They sign up, and our local airports are funding. We are paying to bus all these kids in. So this is a free field trip for all the kids that can come here, and our local airports are funding that for us. So at Lakeland, Bartow, Winter Haven, and Lake Wales. So we're very, very proud of that program. Our field trips this summer, packed, 240 kids, 176 on the wait list. So we're going to double up our field trips for next year. So I know the team's getting ready for next summer already. And, you know, when you think about our scholarship program with the James C. Ray Scholarship, the Flight Scholarship, the $100,000 we give away at the end of the year to our graduating seniors, the Lakeland Aero Club, our after-school programming. I just wanted to, you know, just do a brief synopsis of all of that because there is just a lot going on here. But I spoke to a Rotary group today, and I just told them what we have here, we're very fortunate, I'll keep saying it, it doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. I mean, with all the programming, the Central Florida Aerospace Academy, Lakeland Aero Club, Skylab Innovation Center, it is just unbelievable stuff.
And so much of that comes from the fruit of your labor. So you come here and work here, help support what we do, and it just expands what we can do in aviation the rest of the year and expose kids that may not have that opportunity. It gives them that chance to come here and enjoy and learn.
And this is our 52nd fly-in, and I told the group today at lunch, our first 10 years of existence as an organization, there were no paid employees.
That is
it was
correct.
all volunteers. So all of the volunteers for the last 5 decades, I mean, this is pretty impressive stuff that you all have helped us create. And I just hope you're proud of it, and we're touching lives and changing lives. And we're never going to meet these people, but a lot of cool stories and things that have happened.
Absolutely.
And by the way, I was at, and I may have the card in my pocket, this is actually a cool story, so I'm going to take the time. Hold on, sorry. It's an hour-long show, so just bear with me. So I was at the Rotary Club in Winter Haven, spoke to them at lunch, and a gentleman by the name of Mr. Zach Drum came up to me after I was done. And Zach, in 2022, is from Polk County, lives in Winter Haven, is from Winter Haven, flew the F-18 demo here.
Very cool.
Right?
Yes.
So that's what it's all about. Zach Drum, right here. If you want to buy a Chevy, go to him in Winter Haven. But, you know, he was the F-18 demo pilot, and he found his love of aviation at Sun and Fun. So kudos to the volunteers and everybody.
We've had some neat stories happen.
Yes.
I mean, I
That's
had
one of thousands, I'm sure.
But I had one with the Thunderbird's mom calling in, Thunderbird One's mom call in a couple of weeks ago, and that was kind of ended up being a neat story. One of their kids had attended Wings and Things years ago. So yes, very cool
stuff. All right, well, I'm done with my spiel. So now let's dig in and let's go down the list. And I've only got, I think I have 20 things to go over. So
well, I've probably repeated some stuff. So
no, that's okay.
Okay.
But you can just jump in whenever you feel like you need to. How about that?
Thank you.
All right. So let's talk about what I like to do is, if we could, let's pull up the aerial. I like to start on the west end, and then we're going to just talk about some site changes and things that we've been talking about, obviously, over the last several months. So I am going to start over here in the campground. So right here, this is Camp Duffy. So we are going to move Camp Duffy completely. So just kidding, just kidding. All right. Now, what I want to talk about today, so everybody knows about Rocky Road. So this is our electric and water hookup sites right here where the hand is. We are going to add 24 sites right here where I am moving the hand back and forth. So I just wanted to point that out. So I know a lot of volunteers are camping in this area, but we are going to put electric hookups in there, and we are going to be putting those on sale for our guests. So I just want to make people aware of that. That work will start sometime in December and obviously be complete prior to the fly-in. So I want to make people aware of that. And then also over here in the 927 camping area, we are going to be adding some electric and water hookups there as well.
And I believe, according to Nancy, she's already got a waiting list.
Yes, so we're going to add 16 sites there, and there'll be 24 over here as well. So those will be added prior to the event, so I did want to highlight that. Also, as we move here to the east now, right here in Hangar E, we have at least had some initial conversations with our parts exchange friends. There's a lot more for us to discuss with them. But at Hangar hangar E this year, coming out this northwest side of the building and inside the building, we are going to turn that into a venue actually for our campground guests and folks, and we're going to call it the Swamp at Hangar E. So we're going to have food and beverage in there. We'll have picnic tables. There will be evening entertainment after 8, because we know the corn roast and their entertainment goes from 6 to 8. But after 8 o'clock, not loud, not bands and drums and all that. We're not going to be doing that. But there will be some live entertainment out there and beverages.
Do you know what kind of food's going to be in there yet?
There are different, once we get that solidified, I know Sam Meadows is working on that for us. But there'll be several different food opportunities in there. Food and beverage will be in there. There'll be picnic tables, a shade tent. You can be inside, outside. But we want to liven up the area over there and give everybody a little bit more of opportunity to congregate and build some cool partnerships, friendships, and camaraderie in that area. So there'll be a big change there. So you know about that and plan for it. Do you have anything to add?
Do we want to talk about the possibility of water and ice moving there yet, or just?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on the water and ice
Well, we'll
yet.
talk about that later when we get it confirmed.
When we more solidified, because we're meeting with them, we're meeting with our volunteers tomorrow, reference water and ice, so we'll go over that the next time.
All right.
Moving over here, let's go to 927 Club, which is right here. Just to make everybody aware, we do have a new caterer for the tent this year.
Oh, that's right. I didn't have that on my list.
The catering company of Central Florida out of Winter Haven will be the catering company in there. So if you see them running around and they're lost, let's try to help them find their way. But we will have a new caterer in 927 this year, so we're looking forward to that. Also, as we move to the south down here in Future and Flight Plaza, I guess based on our adventures to AirVenture this year and working with some partners here locally, right here in this area, right at the tip of the fingers, we're going to have Chick-fil-A this year. They're going to come with a big truck and have their queuing areas and whatever it is they do, and we're all going to eat waffle fries and chicken sandwiches at least once and drink some lemonade.
Are the cows coming?
I don't know. Maybe the cows will come. I have no idea. Eat more chicken.
The cows need to come.
Yes, but I like beef too.
Yes.
Just so we're all aware. But we are going to have Chick-fil-A in this area this year, so we're looking forward to that addition. As we continue to move south here, I kind of put this together as we're moving along with the aerial here. Right here is main registration, right at the tip of the fingers. On the south side of James C. Ray, I just signed last week the approval to do it. We are going to build a 6-foot walk path on the south side of James C. Ray that runs all the way along, all the way out to Paradise City, so we can hopefully deconflict. It's a very heavily trafficked area with golf carts and vehicles and people and all of that.
So this will strictly be a pedestrian path?
Pedestrian only.
No
if
golf
there's a
carts.
golf cart on it, we have, what are those things the police throw down on below the tires? And
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what they call them.
Yeah, anyway. I heard it back there, but I can't, but, we are going to build that walk path. And that's going to go all the way out here to this concrete pad, so it will help guide people out to Paradise City.
Do you want to talk a little bit about the gate and how the gate is going to change and the guard gate and all of that?
Laura, you are on it because that was next.
Okay.
All right. So right here, and I know it's a little hard to see, but we call this gate 38. Always, I will be honest, always some confusion. It's a very difficult gate for us because there's just so much happening there. We put our security team there, our security company, and it's hard for them to manage. So we're going to get with them early this year, bring them in, talk through all these things. But at this gate, we are going to widen. We'll have the gate completely open, and we're going to pave it all the way to the edges of the gate. We're going to put the security shack right in the middle of the road. Now, we have been talking to the tug team. The security shack we put there will have wheels. So prior to the event, and we're moving airplanes into Future and Flight Plaza, we will move the guard shack. But we're going to widen that so the vehicles will go on either side of the guard shack that will be in the middle. So we're going to be able to check the cars and credentials before they come in, and then people that are looking to pass can go ahead and pass, and hopefully that will improve things. If it doesn't, then I don't know what to tell you, but we've been looking at it for several years now.
Yeah, and it's been an issue. That's a very heavily traveled gate, and the thing that we need to keep in mind, since he's mentioned this gate, last year with the airline being in the field, we changed our access pass process, where used to during setup we didn't really require passes. So I'm taking this opportunity now in order to get through that gate that he's talking about. During setup, this is pre-event, you are going to have a credential pass on your vehicle in order to go airside. So that little building, whether it's in the middle or not, you're going to need a credential pass on your vehicle to go airside to do your setup and all of that. So you need to make sure that your credentials are ordered early enough to get them filled, so when you arrive on site, you'll have the passes that you need in order to go airside, because I'm not going to have Gene sit at a gate and hand out temporary passes.
Yes, I did do that for 2 hours last year. I will say I had a good time doing it. The sun was going down. It was cool. I got to see a lot of people and greet folks, and so I actually had a good time. If I had a beverage in my hand, a water or something, then maybe it would have been a little better.
We'll put that on the list for next time.
Oh, well, guess what? We're already being told we have to go to break.
Oh, my goodness.
So anyway, we'll come back to gate 38, and we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll be right back.
See you in a minute.
When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without a high school diploma. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers.
Your achievement has set an example for so many students. Most importantly, your daughter.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you.
There are a lot of words I would use to describe my daughter. Kind, strong, hilarious. When I think about how much she's experienced in her life, we can't help but be inspired by her every day. So really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Your support of Sun and Fun benefits the Aerospace Center for Excellence year-round. With our learning centers, outreach programs, scholarships, and summer camps, ACE is engaging, educating, and accelerating the next generation of aviation professionals.
All right.
We're back.
We're back.
So don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe while you're watching the show so we can stay in touch with you. You can also sign in and ask questions. We've got a few here on the desk that we'll be answering here in a few minutes. So
we just left off talking about Gate 38 and the changes, improvements that hopefully will work good for us this next year.
Right.
And the key is there too. So when we open that gate on Thursday, to make sure everybody has their credentials prior to Thursday when we open the gate, and everybody heads out. It's like the gold rush. You've been out there, right?
Yes,
it's like
absolutely.
the gold rush.
Been here for 30-something years. You
I
don't
know.
think I've been there?
I know you have, but you're supposed to play along.
So keep in mind, we changed our vehicle passes last year. Not a lot is changing as far as the vehicle passes are concerned, but you do need to have them on the vehicle, and even if the guard is not paying attention, wave at him, say hello. We've got to train our guards to pay attention, because we don't want people that aren't supposed to be airside to be able to get airside. So, training is necessary.
Yes, and we're going to double our efforts this year,
absolutely.
right? But we have to give them the opportunity to succeed too. So some of that's on us. So we're going to work diligently this year. Another big thing, if we can go back to the aerial this year, and we were looking to do it last year. So over here in Choppertown, where my hand is, we had quite the turnout for choppers last year. I want to say there's 19 on the ground right there. It was a huge turnout. But Choppertown is going to have to move this year. The airport is currently building. All the grass is peeled back, the dirt's there, and they're getting ready to build another hangar there for a local tenant, actually Mike
Yes.
Nab and Double M Aviation going to get a new hangar. So Choppertown is going to move up to this area right here, where my hand is right here. This is Donnaville. We've been talking with Miss Donna over the last several months, and we are going to move Donna over here next to, oh, what happened? Different aerial. Sorry. I'm going to go back. I can do this.
Technically savvy.
Look at that. Boom. Here we are.
Boom, there you are.
Back in
Okay.
the saddle. All right, so this is the island. So we're going to have Miss Donna's going to be over here in this area.
So close to where she was before.
Yes, correct. So obviously lots more work to do with Donna and her team. But again, Choppertown is going to move up into this area. So this is a huge area. I know there's stuff here. None of that will be there. So they'll park in this area and also up to here. They can't go north of this line right here or north of the extended taxiway Delta center line.
So where we're moving Donna, we had the youth camping last year.
Yeah, we had the yak. We will not have that
Right,
this
that
year.
is
So
not
that will not
returning
be
this
there.
year, so.
So she will be back basically where she was in years past.
Sort of. Give or
Yep,
take a few
and
feet.
which is, I think, is good. You know, all the amenities
Yeah.
are there with the island and the shower houses and the country store and all that as well. So hopefully that'll be a good change for her and her volunteers. And they do a fabulous job for us. We appreciate their efforts. Also, there may be some additional construction in this area for the airport as well. This airport is growing. They're doing a phenomenal job, the airport team. I don't know if it'll actually be occurring by Sun and Fun, but just to prep, there may be additional construction in this area as well. There's plenty. If you look at all these white lines here, we can park aircraft in all of these areas, so there's plenty of acreage for us to park aircraft. If we run out, bless you, if we run out of space, I will be happy, but we have plenty of acreage to park airplanes, so we should be in good shape. So I don't need anybody to worry about that. I spend plenty of time myself worrying about it, so I've got worried enough for everybody. But there will be some development in this area as well, most likely.
And I make him worry too, because then I ask questions when I hear that too. So.
Yep. Also, just if I could, one more thing,
Okay.
and then I'll turn it over to you. Up on the north side, I know I always try to communicate as effectively as I could when I was the airport director, but for construction next year, the airport is getting back into some construction. It's a big project actually, but up here on Taxiway Alpha, which we use as 10 left or 28 right, so with the green and orange dot, they are going to be extending the shoulders from basically 523 all the way down here to Amazon's entry ramp or entry stub there. So they're going to be doing lots of work on Alpha prior to the event, just to give everybody a heads up.
Do you know what the time frame
The
is for that?
duration, I mean, it's probably, it's phased, so I'm sure they're going to do certain phases and have to stop during Sun and Fun and then come back to it.
So it won't be
Yeah,
complete.
it won't be 100% complete, but it will be safed up, which, you know, that taxiway is 75-foot wide, so with 25-foot shoulders, it turns basically into a 100-foot
Yeah.
piece of pavement. So,
Yeah.
oh, no, well, it's 75 feet, let me do the math, so that's 125. So it's a big piece of pavement, is
Yes,
my
it
point.
is.
So it'll be a nice surface, obviously, for everybody to land on when they're coming to the event. So I will stop there, and I'll let Laura go, because I know she's got several items that I haven't addressed.
Well,
so.
you haven't gotten all the way through your list yet.
Well, I'll come
so we're
back
gonna,
to that.
Okay, all
No
right.
worries.
So I want to touch on, we've set the dates for the volunteer meetings for February and March. So the date is going to be for February. Actually, both dates are the 21st of February, the 21st of March. 10 o'clock, and I confirmed this morning that we are going to be holding the meetings in the CFAA, so we're going to be in the same location that we were in last year. So more information, I have not opened up the registration for those meetings yet, but that will be coming soon.
Well, we are super early, but February 21st and March 21st.
That is correct.
So you can't get the dates as far as the numbered dates
Right,
wrong.
the
or confused,
confusion.
right?
So, and with that, March 31st will be the day, or 21st will be the day that you can bring your campers in if you have prearranged for camping. But we are also going to be putting some new procedures in place, so stay tuned for what you actually need to do in order to be able to bring your camper in and get it placed early. So more information will come on that. We are in the process now of getting the credential system turned over for 2026. So right now you can still go in and see 2025 information. Hopefully all of you have gone in and looked at your equipment list, made the notes that you need, because we're going to be wiping the equipment list, as I've mentioned in several emails. So make sure that you have what you need there, because we're going to be wiping all of that information. Please keep in mind that this is going to give you an opportunity to clean up your equipment list. We have not done this before. If there are items that you no longer need, please do not add them back to the list. Please reduce numbers where you can. It's just really important for everyone's bottom line and our operational
efficiencies.
Yes, that's a very good word.
Yes.
To just, streamline as much as you can. So we appreciate your efforts there. In mentioning equipment, we're actually going to be having new radio equipment this year. We're going digital, and I know that we've had some issues with contacts, communication, a lot of little questions there. So we've had a lot of issues with communication on the field. The radios that we will be getting are brand new equipment. They will be able to house all of our channels on one radio without having to switch to zones and that kind of thing. So I hope that it enhances our operations and does a great job. So we've been putting a lot of time in and interviewing different companies and stuff. So we think we're where we need to be in that regard. Hello. So Expo Operations Survey. So for the chairman out there, I've been sending emails out asking you to complete an Expo Operations Survey, and I still have about 50 plus chairmen that have not completed the survey. This is information that we need in order to move along some of the plans that we have for the upcoming event and into the future. So for those of you who have not filled out the survey yet, please go back into the emails, find the link, and complete that for me so we can have that information, gather it so Jean can look at it, I can look at it, and we can make some decisions that we need to make operationally. So I'll turn it back over to you, and then I'm going to look at the rest of my list.
Okay. How about this? Why don't we do some questions?
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
So we got a question here, and I think we went over this. I don't think we said the exact time, but what time is the gate opening Thursday? So when we were talking about gate 38, it opens at noon.
Well, gate 38 is actually a 24-hour gate.
No. We're prior to the event. When we open it and everybody
on Thursday,
and the gold rush can head out.
Yeah,
it's
Thursday.
Noon. Thursday at noon.
Yes.
Thursday at noon.
Yes.
The gate will open and people can start accessing the airfield. But make sure you have your credentials for your vehicles before you head out.
Okay.
Is GAP still out there where it was last year? We had just talked about that. So GAP aircraft parking will be in the same spot. So the aircraft will still park out there. But as far as Donneville and for all the amenities that are out there for our volunteers, that's going to move back over to the east side of the island.
Right. Her volunteer compound is moving.
But the aircraft will still park in the same spot. So we answered that. Will the Wi-Fi improve at the RAF encampment? No. Next. No. I mean, we're not putting infrastructure there. If you can get it because it's on the other side of the fence in Duffy and Early Birds, then it's available there. But we have not improved the Wi-Fi in that area. It's just a capital investment for that. It's not something, I mean, we've made all the capital investments in Wi-Fi over a couple of years ago that we're going to make at this point because, obviously as we move forward with the site development and all that, things will change.
Well, and we have quite an expense to support that operation, both for to install it and make it operational, but to also support it during the event. So it's not just putting the Wi-Fi in or the connectivity in and walking away. We have a lot of expense that we have to incur, so it's a decision that we have to make.
I mean, it's on the other side of the fence, so you're relatively close to it over there. Is it true that the Rolling Stones will be the live entertainment this year? No. They could be. If someone will send me a $5 million check, I can make that happen. But reference the concert, so since that was brought up, the concert is coming back. We will have the concert Tuesday night at 6 p.m. on the Warbird ramp, and we will be making an announcement. I know Melissa's watching because she sent me a note here, and I'm not going to read it because it's a little embarrassing. But we're going to announce the concert lineup on November 20th, I think it is. And Melissa wrote, "Shout out to the worst CEO and boss ever," is what she wrote.
Well,
That's not very nice.
That isn't very nice.
She said the best, but she's just kissing up, so who cares? Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so someone has asked if we're going to have repeaters for the radios. So currently with our analog system, we've had 5 repeaters that belong to Sun and Fun, and they are quite old. And getting them serviced and repaired and whatever has been an issue. They've been operational, but this last year we actually had a standby repeater in case one failed. So this coming year, we're going to have repeaters. It's going to be a repeater system. It's going to work differently because it's digital. I'm not the expert, but I've been depending on a couple of people, volunteers
Dave
here.
Dupuy.
Yeah, David Dupuy. Have to give him a call out. But from what I understand, the radios are going to really kind of be connected to one another, and it's going to be a stronger system for everybody. But yes, we'll have repeaters. All of the channels will take advantage of the repeater that we have. It'll be a little bit of a different setup. From what I understand, the repeater area will be located off of Prop 75, whereas 2 of our repeaters have been there in the past. So it'll be somewhat the same, but we are hoping that the communication part will be improved because of that. Okay.
Oh, wait. How about we'll hold off? We're getting we're taking another break here.
Oh my goodness,
Signal.
okay.
So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
So this must be...
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
See it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Proceeds from the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo are the primary source of funding the Aerospace Center for Excellence, a nationally recognized leader in STEM education. Your support of Sun and Fun makes ACE the world leader in producing licensed teenage private pilots.
Hello.
Hey.
They
said look over there,
Yeah,
so
I know.
don't know.
Too many cameras in this room.
All right. So before we go any further, I was reminded there's a giveaway. So right here, Laura's she is holding the box. So if you comment right now, hashtag SNF26. So comment hashtag SNF26. You can enter for a chance to win this little gift box. And we will announce the winners. We'll message you directly at the end of the show.
Are they supposed to comment anything else with that hashtag? Like
comment
maybe,
hashtag SNF26. Gene is the best.
Or
Gene is not the best.
What was their favorite part of Sun and Fun 2025?
But no. We got to ask a question. I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, since I'm going to throw this out there, here's a question,
okay.
a little factoid nugget. So, we're going to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America for 2026, right? So it's the red, white, and blue at 52. Here's the question. How many acres is the Lakeland Linder International Airport?
I don't know.
You can't answer. It's
I
not
know,
for
but-
you, so don't answer it.
Oh, you're taking
But-
all the fun out of it.
Now just think, here's the hint. We're celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States. How many acres is the Lakeland Linder International Airport? I just learned this yesterday. I
Wow.
said, wow, how ironic, and I'll stop there.
Okay.
That's the question. So hashtag SNF26, answer the question correctly. You'll be entered to win our little gift box here, and we will send it to you.
And it's got some neat stuff in it, so.
And I bet you Melissa does not even know this answer. I know she's watching. We haven't talked about
Have
it.
we held up the poster at all? So
Well,
we
I
can-
have not held up the poster. Hopefully, everybody has seen it.
Yes.
To Melissa,
Yes.
what a work of art! It is absolutely
Billy's
beautiful.
truck.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go. Let's do
it's
that.
good. Yeah.
So Billy's truck. You point to it. I can't see it.
There's Billy's truck,
Billy Henderson, our founder, right?
one of our founders.
And you can see on there, right? Look, I'm doing Amanda Holly. I can actually point
are.
her the right
Oh
way.
my gosh.
So right there, you can see a little USA little print in the metal right there.
In the, mhm.
Right, and then there's and the kids in the truck. Those are Nick Mathis, son and daughter.
Oh my goodness. That's
Right,
an employee
our
here at Sun
Florida
and
Air
Fun.
Museum
Yeah.
director. Obviously, America
America.
right there. Red, white, and blue at 52. Oh, we have the shooters, the parachute team, Jack Aces up in the corner. Thunderbirds, the Jack Aces. We have the Thunderbirds right behind us right here
That is-
too. So our fireworks show. Let's talk about fireworks. So we're doing fireworks, by the way.
Very good.
Someone did ask a question
But
about
didn't
Wednesday.
they do a nice job on that poster?
Melissa did a
Wonderful.
phenomenal job. Always. I
Yes,
mean,
always.
it is good stuff. Someone asked a question, Wednesday schedule adjustment for a larger show, start to flow into the evening uninterrupted. Our plan right now is not 100%. We're probably about 90% of the way there, but our plan is to not have a daytime air show on Wednesday. So we will not do the daytime air show from 1 to 5. We will most likely start the air show at 5 and then go through 9:30. So we've been talking about it, coordinating it. We've obviously socialized it with a lot of our chairmen. We've been talking to the FAA, working with the airport, obviously our partners at Amazon Air and others. So we've been working on that coordination actually since last year, talking about this. But we are moving in the direction to where we will start the daytime air show on Wednesday at 5 and then go till 9:30. Maybe 5:30, who knows, but it most likely will be later in the day. And the reason to do that too, if you think about, like Wednesday last year, we had fog till 10 a.m. and then we open up and we have about 2.5 hours to get airplanes in and out to arrive and depart. And then boom, we go right in the air show and then we are done at 5 and then we open up the airport again, then we stop again at 7. A lot of start and stop.
It's just chaotic.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
want to be able for the aircraft to get in and out and everybody to have time and for our exhibitors and the airplanes to get in here. And all the starting and stopping is, we've found to be problematic over the years. So we're going to try this year and see how this works for everybody. We may add additional days next year, at least early in the week, not Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but we may do additional days if it goes well this year. So we are going to
And
move
it's
in that
very
direction.
important to get the word out because it does change operationally what
Yep.
we've been doing for 50 years basically. And so we've got pilots that, are used to our schedule getting in and out of here. We have a lot of day trippers. So getting the word out to them is very, very important because the NOTAM will change for Wednesday and everything. But I think it's a great idea because it gives our exhibitors a chance to, have a day to where people can come in and not worry about watching the air show, but they can shop at the exhibitors or do other fun things, attend our forums.
And it gives us a chance to breathe a little bit too, because we're opening the field for arriving aircraft on Saturday. So then we got Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Then Tuesday's the first day, and then here we are on Wednesday. It's like midweek for all of us that have been here for a while, obviously working, and it gives us a little break. Now, granted, I know people are out there working and GAP and. Everybody's still working, but it also gives us the opportunity to do more flying, especially for our warbird friends. We've been talking with them. They're probably going to do a fly out and go to like Kennedy Space Flight Center, or Titusville or somewhere. I know Dennis has been talking with them, but gives them an opportunity to fly out, go have a lunch and do something, and then come back for the Wednesday to start the show in their formations and all of that. So it gives us more opportunity for more flying and people to go do other things and
just
excursions.
do things a little bit different. It's always nice to kind of have a change up on some things as long long as it's done
Absolutely.
safely.
Another quick question real quick. Will there be an East Campground this year? Yes, there will.
Yes.
So that will still be there this year.
He's making me have an East Campground
Yes,
again.
sorry. It is going to be there. There will be an East Campground.
So it will be limited to volunteers, exhibitors, and I believe we had some air show performers in the East Campground last year. So no guests, but so it'll be primarily run the same way as we did last year.
So let's talk about something that's going to be hopefully a major improvement, and all of our volunteers will be happy about it. So last year, I will tell you, probably the number one complaint I received was from our volunteers reference our lunches. Our volunteer lunches. And no offense to our volunteer kitchen folks, they obviously work their tails off, they do a phenomenal job, but we as an organization, me as the president and CEO of this organization, have to do a better job and provide more resources, better product for our volunteers. So we have been working diligently over the last several months. We have a new partner in Cisco. So US Foods is not here anymore as a food provider, it's now Cisco, and we are actually in partnership with them. And our team, everybody working diligently, we are going to double the amount of spend on our volunteer lunches that we did last year. So expect this year that everybody is going to get a sandwich, a bag of chips, a cookie, and a piece of fruit in every single lunch.
Yes, but that also means you're going to have to be responsible and order just what you need for your volunteers.
Correct.
Because we are incurring a great deal more expense, as he said. So when we do come up with the way that we're going to put this operation into place, we're going to ask you guys to work with us and help us keep our costs down wherever we can.
And so pouring through the numbers, now granted, it's no one's fault, but if it was our fault because we weren't giving you enough to eat. But I know a person my size, I'm 6 foot, 210 pounds, one little sandwich is not going to hold me over, so I'm probably going to eat 2 to 3, right? So the intent would be is you don't need to order 2 to 3 sandwiches anymore. You order one lunch because you're going to get the chips, you're going to get the sandwich, a cookie, and a piece of fruit. And please eat the fruit. We all need to be healthy. You know, so I don't want to put the fruit in there and everybody's throwing apples at me, you know, when I'm driving around or something like that. But
no apple throwing allowed.
Yeah, no apple throwing, no orange throwing. You know, but anyway, I mean, so we are really working diligently to put together the best volunteer lunch we can to make sure you guys are well nourished and you're getting plenty to eat and you're happy at the end of the day.
And more information will be coming on this because we haven't figured out basically what the menus are going to be yet.
No, we have.
Well, you have, but I don't know what they are. So
there's sandwiches.
Yeah, but we don't know what the actual menus are going to be. But delivery processes and that kind of thing, ordering process, all of that's still yet to come. So more information. We want to make it easy. We want to provide you a good lunch, and but keep the cost down. So
yes. All right. So let's move into, let's talk a little bit about our event next year, or do you want to hit one more question?
No, that's fine. I'm going to try to figure out how to answer this one.
All right, so let's talk real quick about the event, try to give you some highlights of things that we're working on. So again, we're going to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America, so the red, white, and blue at 52. So a big thing for us is volunteers in your areas, the clothing that you bring, we want to celebrate. So in your areas, if you want to decorate, put up flags, please do that. We want to be as patriotic as possible. Our volunteer t-shirts this year, I've already seen the design. It is awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Hopefully y'all love it. But that's going to be great.
Big call out to Trent. He's worked hard on it.
Trent does a phenomenal job for us. He works for Melissa and is a designer for us, a very creative individual. But it's going to be a great shirt. But we really encourage you to plan on decorating your area so we can celebrate the red, white, and blue.
At 52.
Yeah, at 52. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Obviously, the Thunderbirds are coming back. Hopefully we're not still in a government shutdown by this time, by April next year, which would be ridiculous.
I emailed the president last night and asked him to make sure that we could get the Thunderbirds here.
Okay, well, we may be able to get that, who knows. Anyway, hopefully we're past all that stuff. The F-22 Raptor, we're working diligently. Obviously, things happen, but we are hoping the F-22 will be here this year. Big Warbird lineup for us. I know we had a question about Warbirds. We don't have the specific lineup, but we're working with several groups to have quite the showing of Warbirds this year. We also, if you're a volunteer or you have buddies that are going to fly in, raise your flags, bring your colorful airplanes here if they're colored red, white, and blue. Plan to have your flag hanging from the aircraft as well or stood up. figure out some way to jerry rig it so it'll be standing up in the air and look beautiful.
Right. But if you know somebody who has a patriotic airplane, we do have a where they can register and be selected possibly to get free admission for the week.
Yep,
So we want to get as many red, white, and blue airplanes here as we can.
Are we already going another break? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to come back. I got a little bit more to talk about, and then we're probably going to wrap up after this.
And answer some more questions.
Some more questions, and we'll be right back.
Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour. What do you think?
You got jokes. You're funny.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Your support of Sun and Fun benefits the Aerospace Center for Excellence year-round. With our learning centers, outreach programs, scholarships, and summer camps, ACE is engaging, educating, and accelerating the next generation of aviation professionals.
And we're back, and
Hi,
we
guys.
were told to talk about the giveaway again, so go into the comments, hashtag SNF26, and the question, if you answer it correctly, is how many acres makes up the Lakeland Linder International Airport? How many acres? Remember, we're celebrating the 250th anniversary of America. That's your hint.
Have we
and your
had
clue.
anybody guessing so far? Yes. Okay, very good.
Did they get it right? 250 acres? The whole, okay, by the way, let's correct, give me number 3. Okay, just so we can put this clearly. The whole event sits on 800 acres, right? So all of the area that, let's throw up the aerial. We're gonna do a little tutorial here. Can we throw back up the aerial? Okay, so all of this, right, is Lakeland Linder International Airport. From right here, the runway south of this is our event, is about 800 acres. So all of this up here is not our event, and that's probably another 800 acres, so we're over 1,600.
Some people guess 1772.
Oh, that's not it.
Well,
Remember, the hint is it's the 250th anniversary of the United States. Hey, what? People can hear that you have a mic on. Yes, I know that. You're so smart. Anyway, let's move on. All right, quick question. Oh wait, I was going to go back to, I got my highlights for this year. We're going to go back to that real quick. Also, hopefully if you've been following on social media, we have Anitra Goddard who is out there in her Mercedes Sprinter van that we purchased for her to drive around the southeastern United States. Sun and Fun Fanatic van. So right. Anitra has been out there visiting Thomasville, Georgia. She was at, I think, on
She's
October 11th.
She's all over the place.
She's out in Texas right now visiting various shows. I know she was at Triple Tree back in September. So we are out and about, grassroots, drumming up this excitement for the event this year. So if you see her out there, please give her a high five. Tell her she's doing a great job, and we appreciate it.
Job.
We talked about Wednesday Air Show. Thursday, we are going to have, will be Mosaic Day. So if you know what Mosaic is, that's the modernization of special airworthiness certification. Hopefully I said all that right. I tried to memorize it yesterday.
Yeah.
What does that mean? It essentially takes a whole nother category of aircraft that are heavier and have different, or the stall speeds are adjusted or are less. So if you are a light sport pilot, you can now fly a Cessna
moves it
172.
into the light
That's correct. It
plane
takes a whole
category.
fleet of aircraft and moves them into the light sport category for people that are certificated with that license. So that's going to be pretty cool. So we'll have more on that as we move forward. We talked about the concert, but that's all I have. But it's
Okay.
going to be a great year. So lots more to come.
So someone has asked if the 24 sites with electric that Gene spoke with, if they're in the east campground, they're in the west campground along Poberezny Road Drive, whatever that is. So
Just north of the fire pit.
right. So we do not have any electric camping in the east campground.
We do not. I have this from my good buddy from the island. Are we still getting a swim up oyster bar at the island? No, that is not happening. I am sorry, unless you want to bring out the kiddie pool or whatever, and we can all have a good time. I will tell you, we are planning to have dunk tanks this year. So for some fundraising opportunities, and you may find me in a dunk tank this year. So we have been talking about that. So
okay, I think we've done that once here before, a long time ago. Not at a Sun and Fun event, but at another event. It was a lot of fun.
but this is going to be happening at Sun and Fun, and
Okay.
we'll be moving around.
Well,
so
just
more to
let
come
you
with that.
just let you know that I used to play softball.
Oh, and by the way, we are going to have a bull riding. At the swamp, there will be the little machine. Get on it, and it's coming. I'm not kidding. We are doing it.
Okay.
All right.
All
Light
right.
said he would get on it.
Okay. I'm going to make sure I'm there.
All right.
So when can we see the volunteer T-shirt, Gene?
So Laura didn't like this answer, but I said the next Volunteer Connect, if Melissa and Trent are ready, I think maybe we can show the mock-up of it. I think you guys will. It's pretty awesome. I'm excited about it.
It is pretty neat. So, so there's a question here also about limiting the number of non-air show golf carts. This is guests who bring golf carts in. They're limited to access in our West Campground. We have talked about it, and I'm not really sure if it's something that we want to tackle this year. There is quite a few people that do bring and actually have golf carts that they rent, and people drop them off, the companies drop them off here. So it does cause congestion in our campground, and maybe it is something that we can talk about and see if we want to limit that this year. It's a very, very hard thing to wrangle. So people want to have transportation when they're in the campground to get around. So, but something that we will certainly talk about again.
Talking about transportation, we'll talk more about this next time as well. And if you follow us on the countdown to Sun and Fun Lives and all of that, we are going to have Sun and Fun Express this year. So we're going to have bus service from the island to downtown Lakeland this year, from Tuesday through Sunday. So we'll go from the island to Lakeside Village, where all the hotels and food opportunities are, and then from there go to downtown and then back, running every 15 minutes. If you're an exhibitor or you're staying downtown or somewhere over in that area or at Lakeside Village, you're going to be able to get back and forth. Or you just want to go eat, you're going to be able to do that as well. So I believe it will start running in the morning. We'll have exact times, but I think it runs till about 10 o'clock at night. So you'll be able to go downtown, have a good dinner, and come back for free on the Sun and Fun Express, working with our friends at Citrus Connection.
This is a great service. When I first came to Sun and Fun, we had the Citrus Connection coming on site, but it was primarily just providing transportation to and from the event. And they also went to the Splash Inn, which was at Lake Parker, and people utilized it. It was a great service, so I'm very glad to see it come back.
Yep, so we're going to promote the heck out of that as we move forward. Any update on the B-52 as a static display? We are working on it. We are actively.
We gotta have it. It's
we are
our
actively
52nd
working,
year.
and I will tell you, obviously it's a big coordinated effort, especially working with our partners at the airport, because, obviously it's going to come in early. It will sit all week, but we have to take all the runway lights down. It's going to be a big coordinated effort, so it will come in prior to the show starting and be parked and sit there all week once it comes in. So we're working diligently. It's not 100%. Obviously, things change in the world, but we're working to get it done.
Okay. Another question. One of our volunteers who aircraft camps came in last year, and there was a little bit of confusion regarding where they needed to go. Some of our volunteers on the field didn't really understand that we had volunteer aircraft camping. So this is, we need to put some touches on it this year to kind of make the information flow to our personnel on the ground on airside to let them know that we will have volunteers coming in and aircraft camping. The thing that I would ask you as a volunteer when you're communicating with your chairman, please make sure your chairman understands that you're going to be aircraft camping so they choose that particular option for camping for you so we can make sure your credential gets in the right location.
Very good.
Okay, one of the new things I want to, or one of the additional things I want to bring up about volunteers is your volunteer equipment pickup. In the past, most of you are aware that we require a volunteer ID card to pick up equipment and fly and supply. We are going to be instituting the need of that card to be shown at when you pick up your radio equipment and also your golf cart equipment. We may be doing it for several other areas, something that we need to kind of finalize. We've been having a lot of equipment loss, especially in our radio area. So whoever is picking up and bringing back their radios are going to need to have their volunteer ID card and sign for the equipment. This isn't, to beat you up over the equipment or anything. We just need to be able to track it better. So if we do have something that goes missing, that we know who to contact and reach out to. So be aware that if you have someone on your team that needs to assist in picking up some of that equipment, you need to make sure that you've requested a volunteer ID card for them. And just to get back on the chairman website, most of you who are chairman, you may be the only person that has real contact with the volunteers that work on your team. Please make sure that you are updating their contact information in their record. You have the ability to do that. We especially want their email addresses updated, so please pay attention to that when you can.
What else?
Staff liaisons. Do you want to talk a little bit about staff liaisons?
Go ahead, you're on a roll.
Okay, so as many of you know who've been chairman, we've had staff liaisons in the system for you. They're usually up at the top when you sign in. You can see who your staff liaison is. We've made some changes on that list, so when the next time you sign in, you may want to look to see if your staff liaison is the same. We've had some changes staff-wise, so we will be sending out contact information on those particular staff members to you, so you will know how to contact them and stay in communication with them. If you have questions about your area operationally, they will give you support. So please be aware of that. We want to make sure everybody's communicating well with each other.
All right, question here. Will gate 45 be open during egress at night? Which one's gate 45? I get confused.
That is by Vintage, I believe.
Okay. Was it not open for egress?
So I'm not egress on any night or a particular night?
I'm guessing during the night air show
Okay.
nights. I don't think we close it.
I think we closed it, but it wasn't until like 10 o'clock. We'll have to look at the schedule.
We will make sure that's open because we need
Yeah.
everybody to be able to evacuate, and I think that was a problem last year, so we'll make sure gate 45
Now, it doesn't
is open.
usually open early during setup time and stuff.
Yep.
We kind of kept it closed for that.
Yeah, but egress during the
Right.
night air shows, it needs to
And
be open.
45 is not a vehicle gate any longer. It is a tram and pedestrian gate.
Yes.
So.
Yep. What else we got? Yes. From
Cindy's
Cindy,
correcting us.
Yes, thanks, Cindy McClendon.
We really appreciate you, Cindy.
The 24 electric sites are on Charlie and Bravo, which is by Poberezny.
Yes.
There you go. How about that?
Okay.
All right, we got 2 minutes. What else we got?
Oh, I don't know. What did you miss?
I'm sure there's plenty.
Did you talk about the Sunset Aerial Circus?
No, well, the Sunset Aerial Circus will be back, so Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings. Sunset Aerial Circus back at Paradise City. Something else with
We
us,
need to give this away too,
us
don't
starting
we?
the air show later on Wednesday is more flying at Paradise City too.
Oh,
right?
okay,
So that's
yes.
going to be good.
Yes.
All right, one last question.
Okay, so the volunteer ID cards that I just mentioned, so the chairmen are responsible for ordering those. They will go into the volunteer record of the person that they want to have the ID card. There's a little box that they'll click on, right above where you order their wristband, and a box will pop up. In order to get an ID, we have to have a photo of that volunteer, and they can upload it right into the little box that pops up.
Yep, very good.
So.
All right, well, we will call it a night. Don't forget, hashtag SNF26. The question is, how many acres makes up the Lakeland Linder International Airport? Drum roll. I'm going to tell you, 1776. The year the United States was founded. There you go. See?
That's right.
I gave you a hint. 250th anniversary of America, 1776.
Remember, we're going to celebrate the red, white, and blue in 52.
Yes.
Or
52.
at 52. And
Yes.
in 52.
Yes.
But, yes. Okay.
All right. Awesome. Well, hey, appreciate y'all's time. Thank you for everything. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more. Obviously, we're starting earlier this year in October. It's going to be another big year for us. Also, I will tell you anecdotally, our ticket sales are up 20% over where they were this time last year. So, knock on wood. We'll just roll with it and call that good. So,
yes. Thank you, everyone.
Love you guys. Thank you for everything. See you next time.
Hey, get ready. It's that time of year. Lakeland's calling. The skies are clear. We're flying high through the blue and the red. Join the vibes, feel the thrill instead. April 14, mark it down on the chart. 52 years of history, let's ignite the heart. With the U.S. Air Force, Thunderbirds in flight, we'll paint the sky. Oh, what a beautiful sight. From the morning light to the stars up above. Feel the rush, feel the music. It's all about love. Every pilot's dream, every soul's delight. Sun and fun is here. Let's take to the height. Sun and fun, where the magic begins. Celebrate aviation. Let the joy never end. With daily air shows and fireworks that spark. In Lakeland, Florida, we're light in the dark. Oh, sun and fun, let's make some noise. For the volunteers, the vendors, the girls and the boys. From every corner, people gather around. We're united in passion, let's lift off the ground. Nighttime shows dazzle, a spectacle to see. With music and lights, it's where you wanna be. Opening night concert, feel the rhythm and groove. Dancing and laughing, let's make our moves. From exhibitors showing the latest and great. They're paving the future, it's never too late. Sun and fun is not just another event. It's where dreams take flight and lives are well spent. Sun and fun, where the magic begins. Celebrate aviation, let the joy never end. With daily air shows and fireworks that spark. In Lakeland, Florida, we're lighting the dark. Thanks to the people who make it all shine. The heart and the soul, the love intertwined. From volunteers hip to vendors who care. Together we're soaring, a future we share. So come one, come all, let's elevate high. At Sun and Fun, we're reaching the sky. Sun and fun, where the magic begins. Celebrate aviation, let the joy never end. Air shows and fireworks that spark. In Lakeland, Florida, we're light in the dark. April 14 to 19, don't miss out on the fun. Pack your bags, get ready. Let's watch the day run with red, white, and blue.